And everybody on now? Or
Yep,
still waiting? Oh, go ahead.
we're good to go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to NCOPE's Residency Career Fair. We're so excited to have all of you attend, and we're looking forward to our next few days together. I'd like to introduce Tom Karolewski, Chair of NCOPE's Board of Directors, to kick off our evening. Tom, over to you.
Thank you, Nina. Welcome, everyone. On behalf of the NCOPE staff and the Board of Directors, welcome to the NCOPE Residency Fair. For the next few days, you will have a very unique opportunity to learn more about the O&P profession and network with various companies. I, on a personal note, want to say I encourage you to please take advantage of every opportunity that the next 3 days offers. I didn't have anything like this when I got out of school. And so from my perspective, I look at what you have in front of you for the next few days, and this is an incredible opportunity to learn about the different organizations. You get to network with other residents. You get to meet in the chat rooms with some of the companies. So please take advantage of everything that you can in the next few days, because this is tremendous. Today's schedule, I'm just going to give you a little bit of an overview. As Chris is going to talk about the overview of the AirMeet platform, which I find absolutely fascinating, and how easy it is to navigate and meet and greet, and you can message people. It's a very nice software package. So Chris is going to give you a real nice overview of it. Then you're also going to get an overview of the residency fundamentals. What's expected of you, what is going on with the residency once you started, how I believe Chris is going to talk about how to go through tracker and everything like that. So it's a very informative session. So please take notes, do what you have to. What you're also going to do is look at how to choose a residency. As an educator at heart and a former faculty of Northwestern, I'm going to use a line that we used to tell the students all the time. Yes, I know you want to just grab the first opportunity that you can. However, I believe when we talk about how to choose a residency, I'm going to encourage you to match yourself with a good situation. I think it's imperative for the next year, 2 or 18 months, whichever track you choose, you find a place that's going to meet with your expectations and what you want to get out and your best learning experience. But once again, that will probably cover how to choose a residency. The next talk that's going to be happening today is how to write a resume. And I can tell you that it's extremely important that you learn to improve your writing skills so that you grab the attention of a residency director or a site, how to put together and piece together an effective resume. So I would encourage you to pay attention to that. The other one is more and more colleges. I know my son went to University of Arizona. They had a whole department on how to interview, which came down to how to write the resume, how to dress, how to act. So I think the talk that we're going to have on how to interview talks about key characteristics of how you should interview when you go in for that residency interview. Very valuable information. And then the way the evening is going to finish up, there's going to be networking tables in which you can go into the different areas. And once again, Chris is going to talk about more of the detailed aspects of it. However, you're going to be able to network with other individuals in those tables. You go and sit at a table, and a person will chime in and you'll be able to interact. I think it's once again, it's extremely important to network as you go through this process and start to talk to your peers, talk to faculty members. Later on this evening, I already got an email, and I'm sure the other schools are also putting those emails out there for alumni to jump in and be a part of the sessions later on at the end of this day. So this way you can talk to former alumni, I should say, not former alumni, former faculty, what have you. Once again, get to know everybody, get to introduce yourselves, put yourself out there so that they know who you are, and so that and once again, networking. Robin Seabrook, who is the executive director of NCOPE, We'll cover an introduction tomorrow, and I apologize if I step on your toes, Robin, a little bit, but I'm going to give an overview of the whole 3 days. So tomorrow's schedule, it talks about you're going to have reps from the different organizations. You need to understand the different organizations like the accrediting body which is ABC, the American Board for Certification. Talk about the Academy, the American Academy of Orthotists and Prosthetists. You're going to understand what the Academy's objectives are and their mission. Same thing with the Association for Orthotic and or the American Orthotic Prosthetic Association. Understand their mission. So as we go through, I want you to understand what the different organizations are. And then at the end of tomorrow, it's more meet and greet with other residents and other maybe previous residents. And so once again, it's a networking session. So I believe that you should really get involved in that. And on Friday, it's going to be an employer meet and greet. And so there's going to be various individuals from different organizations that'll be looking at, you can talk to them about their residency sites and talk about what they do. This is kind of similar, I believe, I'll be corrected if I'm wrong. However, in the Academy meeting, there used to be, or still is, a meet and greet in the different organizations, the small, medium, and large companies, and various hospitals will come in. I believe the VA is in part of it. The larger organizations are part of it. Small organizations where you could sit down and talk about how they design their residency system, where if you were to be selected for their site. You're also going to be given instructions on the O&P Residency Central Application System that's involved, so that when you get into OP ResCast, you'll understand how many sites you're able to select with the OP ResCast and how that all works. And then Friday, I'll finish off with talking to different regional liaisons, so that if there are any issues, those are some of the contact people that you may have. At times, there may be some issues. Once again, I encourage you to match yourself with the residency site that closely resembles what your goals are. There may be times, though, that you may have to turn to a residency or the regional liaison and ask them for guidance if there's something going on that might not be going well. However, you need to know who your liaisons are. In closing, I can't emphasize enough to take advantage of this opportunity. It is an incredible what you have for the next 3 days. Once again, there aren't enough adjectives for me to add to this other than please take advantage of this opportunity. Make sure you have exhausted all the questions you have at the end of the 3 days. The last thing that we want as an NCOPE organization is for you to walk away from 3 days and say, you know, I didn't get my questions answered. I didn't put myself out there. No, please get all those questions answered. And so what I would want to do in closing, once again, welcome and please enjoy. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Nina, and welcome and thank you. And we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much, Tom. It was wonderful to have you open our event, and we are so excited to have all these resources available for our students and residents. Make those wonderful connections, grow your network, hopefully have some fun too. And just like Tom was saying, take advantage of this time to get those questions answered and figure out what you're looking for. Give sites that you weren't considering a chance. Go talk to some new folks. And everyone is here to meet each other, so don't be afraid to speak up and ask a question. It's a perfect forum to do that because that's what we're looking for and expecting. So go for it. Don't be shy. And if you need help, we're here to support you. So thank you again, Tom, for opening our session for us.
My pleasure.
We will restart our sessions at 5:45. So we'll see you all at the next one in a few minutes.